Welcome back. This is By the Book, and we're your married relationship coaches. I'm Cent.
I'm Sil.
And today we're talking about Love is Blind Season 3. We're past the reunion, and we're talking about SK and Raven, but this is a sidebar, right? So if you haven't joined us before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But what we do with our sidebars is we take a little point about a couple or about an episode, and we blow that relationship issue up into our own video of its own.
Yeah.
Because it's a conversation, it's like a side conversation that we're having here at home. So with that in mind, we're talking about SK and Raven and their relationship as it stands, their relationship status.
Yeah.
And it just seems like an unlikely couple. Like, on the one hand, it's like super cute because they seem really happy.
They do.
You know, everything seems like it's fine. And so, if so, that's great. But it just leaves a lot of question marks, you know, in terms of them having a long distance relationship and any number of other things where they might not exactly mesh. And also just, they're so different and their behaviors are different. So we've been tossing around a bunch of ideas. We want to toss those ideas around with you guys and see what you think too. Anything from, you know, Raven is becoming like TikTok famous to like SK is just playing her. We don't know what's going on. We're just here speculating. So we thought we'd talk about it with you guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, my first thing is they were in this process, 4-week long process. They were engaged, sight unseen. Okay. So they go through the whole process, and then on the wedding day, he says no. He gives like 2 reasons why he says no. He doesn't want to get married, right? All right. So come to find out, like now, they're still together. Whoa. Wait a minute. They're not engaged anymore, though. You know, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. So they've gone down in status.
Some giant steps backwards.
Yeah. So even though they're still together and they look happy, how sustainable is that? You know, that they've downgraded in status. So that's my number one. That's my first thing.
Yeah.
You know, how does that happen, and how does that continue to work?
I don't know. I mean, under a normal set of circumstances, no TV included, you know, just a normal relationship that progressed to the stage of engagement and then became a no on wedding day, I'm pretty sure that's over. Right. But this is a unique process.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like almost all of these dating shows are, or, you know, even like Married at First Sight, or, you know, this one is still glorified dating. And it's very brand new dating. It's not even like something that's been ongoing. So with that in mind, I can imagine somebody actually linking up with someone in this process and liking them a lot. But then being like, okay, but marriage, like, this is a lot. And I know we asked them to be ready for this stage. Like, they're, you know, are you ready to be engaged at first sight, so to speak, or you know, married at first sight? Are you ready to be married at first sight? But nobody can really answer that question, right? Like, it's not even a fair thing to hold somebody's feet to the fire on. So in a sense, I can understand them taking a step back, but because of how devastating and dramatic the no was.
Yes, that was going to be my point number 2. Okay.
That's what makes it seem like it would not have progressed.
Yeah.
Now, we did hear interviews, and forgive me for mixing them up because there's Love is Blind interviews all over the place. Yeah. It is hard to keep track of from where. But we did hear interviews of Raven saying that it took them some time before they got back on track.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he had to do to get back in her good graces. If it was a lot or a little. I mean, I would assume for most ladies it would be a lot to get back in their good graces after embarrassing them like that at the altar. But yeah, I can see you saying, hey, I want to go back to square one, and then let's make our way organically back to where, you know, we're ready to get engaged or to get married.
All right. Well, kind of like with you, she was devastated.
Yeah.
I saw devastation all over that young lady's face as she cried, and she cried on his mother, and all of that. And that's a lot to get over. That's a lot of hurt with that. That's a lot of rejection, you know, within that. And so progressing or digressing as they did, I don't know. It does that relationship, even though they seem happy, it doesn't seem sustainable to me. And then, along with that, he gave basically 2 reasons why he said no. The first reason was she wasn't willing to relocate. Okay. And then the other reason was because of the family dynamics weren't where he liked it to be. Okay. So he gave 2 reasons. They go forward. They take a step back, but they go forward into boyfriend, girlfriend, and they consummate this relationship.
Yeah.
So bear with me. She is not ready, or you're not ready to wed her, but you're ready to bed her. And so that's my issue number 3 with it. What say you?
Well, wait, did you ask me a question? What do you want me to answer?
No, it just, to me, that doesn't make any sense. Those same issues.
I don't know if it doesn't make any sense.
No,
I'm pretty sure most men are ready to bed and not wed.
Yes,
so
that's ultimately where I'm going. So you get ahead of me.
Okay.
And so this is like, okay, all of these issues are still present. He's still going to school. Not the family stuff. Obviously, that hasn't cleared up. She can be girlfriend status where you're having sex, but she wasn't wife status.
Yeah.
So come on.
I mean, but he didn't make her. She decided that she wanted to do that. They said, I think it was on the reunion show, that they did not have sex until after the no happened.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know what he had to do to get her undressed after that. But I mean, that was obviously a conscious decision that she made to go ahead and sleep with him after having been rejected.
Yes.
So, I mean, they both were ready to go to bed. Now, what was her motivation?
Promise of the future.
Right. Did she think? I don't know. I see a lot of young ladies get swept up in that. And Raven is, no different, I guess, from any other, but she seems very self-confident.
Yes.
And that's not to say that a self-confident woman can't get trapped up into that same mess, but I think they're a little less likely to get trapped up into that same mess. So I'm thinking and hoping that she made a conscious decision, not trying to manipulate the situation into anything more significant than what it is. And that's just what she wanted to do.
I get it, but here's my take. I'm a man. I know man stuff, okay? I know that most men, and I'm not going to even put SK into this group, but I'm just going to say blindly, most men are going to want to gain as much as they can for minimum commitment, okay? And so, in other words, SK has gotten everything that he could want. He's getting sex. He has a very attractive girlfriend who, for all intents and purposes, we see her as being monogamous. We see her as being faithful, the way she shut Bartiz down. But where is the lifelong, or anywhere kind of close to a lifelong commitment that she should have gotten for all of her efforts, I think, at forgiving him or going through this whole thing with him? Where is it? To me, again, there is a very minimum commitment for gaining quite a bit of her time, gaining quite a bit of her monogamy, gaining quite a bit of her faithfulness. Yeah. And so I see, like I said, I know man stuff, and I just know that that's just what men do. They keep a woman on a hook to get what they want to get without having to give what giving as little as they possibly can.
So basically, you think he's going to ride this situation out. He's in California, right? She's in Texas? Yes. I don't know where they are.
Houston, I think.
Yeah, okay, so she's in Texas. He's in California. He can get her to come to him on demand, or he can visit her and, get whatever he wants.
Yes.
He can go back relatively uncommitted.
Yes.
Do whatever he wants to do while he's in California.
Yes.
Go to school and ride this thing out for the next 2 years while he's in school.
Yes.
And then decide, hey, Raven, you know what? I just don't think
exactly
this is gonna work out.
We still got. Hey, I told you that family was a big thing.
Changed.
Those issues are still there. So why go down in status and get more? That's what he did.
I mean, that's true. That's true. I think that's a lesson that women learn over time, dealing with various different guys, dating, just going through that process. It depends on where she is and what she truly, truly wants. Is she ready at this time to be married? Or, she's a pretty girl. She seems like she's intelligent and funny. It looks like she's taken quite a liking to TikTok. And, she makes a bunch of posts and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure you can get monetized through TikTok just like you can get monetized through very many other social media channels. And maybe that's something that she wanted to pursue. Maybe it's not something she thought about until she got done with the show. But, she has her own drive and careers and, things like that. So maybe this is something also to take her to another level personally. And she's not as like, I gotta be married type of thing. I've definitely seen, and I know you guys have seen, a lot of people come out of these shows, out of this process, so to speak, and be like, well, I'm not ready to get married at all. They put the brakes on marriage.
Yeah.
So that could have done that for her as well.
Yeah.
I certainly hope that, she puts forth what it is that she wants and says like, look, I not necessarily say it's a specific timeline, but I mean, if she wants to, why not? Be like, listen, we need to be at this point by the time 6 months pass or by the time a year passed. Yes. Like, I'm not going to sit here and take a downgrade to your girlfriend indefinitely.
Yes.
Right? So, look, I get it. We need more time. We got more growth that we need to make. What he said was a respectable thing if it's true, which was, I didn't feel like we were at the right place at that time. There's a lot more growth that needs to happen. We weren't ready in that short period of time to take that step. It was just going to add more problems to the marriage. If that's what he meant and we can take him at his word, I can respect that.
I can.
But
I can too.
It has to come with his own internal timeline.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I have intentions for this girl.
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. Be intentional with everything. And again, if she wasn't suitable for marriage on that day, she wasn't suitable for you to have sex with her either. It's just period. And this is coming from a man that has daughters. And so I already know what a man is gonna do what a man is gonna do. I liked SK for most of the season. I really, really did. I thought he handled himself and he presented himself very well. And he really shocked me upon that wedding day. Not just for him saying no. It's because he didn't give her any warning or indication.
Or it didn't seem like it.
About it. And so then you want to come out afterwards and then say, okay, these are the reasons why. She should have known those reasons why a long time ago. And then proceeding, she said that he came after her. He pursued her, by which is no problem. I have no problem with that. Pursue her, make up with her, make sure that she's okay.
Real quick, I want to be fair to him because I think that he feels like he's not getting a fair representation.
Okay.
Perhaps, when he jumped in to comment,
he did.
He seemed to chime in and maybe take offense. Like, you guys must not have seen what else I said.
Oh, I saw it.
And it was like we saw it, but at least the way that it was portrayed on the show, it didn't show it in a sense that you made a big enough deal out of it to let her know, hey, this might be a deal breaker for me. This is something that I'm really on the fence about. Yeah. And I may or may not say no on wedding day. It didn't, and that is truly, truly the only issue that I have. I feel like the issues, the concerns that he had are all valid. Yeah. But I know personally, if that were me, if I were Raven and I got to the altar thinking everything was good. Yeah. And you hadn't let me know, look, I'm really feeling some doubts about these things.
Would I be in the land of the living?
Probably not. No. I don't think so, because you can't do that. No. I get it that on a show, I can't truly fully empathize with that because I can't imagine what that's like. I can't imagine what they're being asked to do in terms of not tell the other person what you're going to say. But to be fair, if I cared about you enough to even consider saying yes at the altar, then I would care about you enough not to humiliate you
Thank you.
So that's just my point of view.
Thank you. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. And again, I still feel strongly about it that it's okay for you to have said no. That's like my wife just said. And that's like I said. But you should have let her know ahead of time. And then number two, if you're going to downgrade the relationship, then let it be reflective of that, you know. And monogamous or taking her time up to be monogamous with minimum commitment, no. Yeah. I would tell her, if she was my daughter, I'd be telling her the same thing.
Yeah. Be like, get a real clear understanding of where he sees this relationship.
Exactly.
Don't give him your vision. Ask him for his vision.
Exactly. Be intentional. And it has to be a time frame.
And if it's right, and if it doesn't match up with what you think is acceptable, then it's time to go ahead and cut him loose.
Exactly.
And if he moves the goalpost, it's time to cut him loose, because if he moves it once, he'll move it again and keep on moving it.
Because it's always going. It's never going to be perfect. You know, it's family today. It's school. This one, I got a job offer over the other side of the country. It's always going to be something. You know, so it's a man is generally going to come up with something. The reason why he can't go to the next level or something. It's going to be some type of issue. But if you love this person and you're willing to work on it, there are no issues that's going to be greater than me saying yes to you, and that's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
So
let us know.
That's straight man responsibility.
What you guys think about their relationship? Where is it going? Like, do you see it standing the test of time? Is he going to repropose in the next 6 months, a year? How long is she going to hang on? Is she committed to him, like it seems like? Or, you know, is it just a facade for all of us? Like, are we seeing anything that's truthful? Yeah. We just don't know. So let us know your comments below. Let us know your answer to that in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.